Come for a walk with me. Today, I am taking you to one of my favorite spots up here in the mountains. And it's funny because I always dreamed this. I always dreamed being here. So we're going to be present. We're going to be on a walk. But I'm going to take you a little bit back to the beginning. Hi, I'm Laura, and I help people make little steps at a time to live lighter and merrier. How did I come to this? So I'm in Switzerland. I'm not Swiss. Wasn't born here. I don't have Swiss parents. Um, so how did this life come to be? I'm going to show you. It's so pretty. So I'm taking you up to the vineyards there. How did this come to be? I was watching something just last night, actually, listening to Earl Nightingale. And they say he's the grandfather of personal development because he's one of the first to have registered a motivational talk on personal development and growth. So he says, and he reminds us that we become what we think about all day long. And of course, that quote's coming from one of my favorites, Ralph Waldo Emerson. And if you're on my channel, you've definitely heard me refer to that quote before. So how does that apply here? Well, this here, we're going up to the vineyards just near me. And I thought about this lifestyle for a long time. So when I was in my 20s, I always envisioned myself being amongst the vineyards. And bravo to them out running early in the morning. I always thought about frolicking amongst the vineyards. I envisioned my future child playing in the vineyards, like just kind of silly stuff. But turns out to be that I called that into my reality. And so when I was looking for a life change at about 30 years old, 29, 30, I sought out work opportunities here in Switzerland. And that's when the magic happened. And I didn't realize that wasn't my initial, there's other layers to this sort of manifestation, but that one piece of being amongst the vineyards, I didn't realize that had come true because that wasn't the most forefront vision. It was kind of like back in the archives. I didn't realize it until I actually had my son and we were over here playing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that vision I had, I all of a sudden recalled it, and I realized that it is now my reality. And so not only has my son come and frolicked here, because here in Switzerland, farm areas, agricultural areas are are open to the public, as long as we got spooked by an electric scooter. Yeah, they're open to the public as long as we are careful and respectful, which I find that generally people really are here. Things are really clean. So yeah, I realized that my son was that part of my son was coming true in the vision, and then I realized now it's expanded, and I can bring my dog, and of course now I come very regularly. It's almost like the closest access point to sort of a natural setting outside of my neighborhood, back down there, where I can come and walk and also do some yogic type exercises. It's been a great setting really for finding calm. So today I'm going to take you just a little bit further here. Yeah, pretty awesome, eh? I'm going to take you a bit further. There's a few entry points. I'm going to go up here and we're going to do a foundational yoga posture. So let's keep moving. Let's keep going. And yeah, this daily habit of mine of walking for my wellness is a growing habit. That's another piece of the lifestyle, the vision that I called into my reality. Or I should say, attracted into my reality. And you can do it too. You know, I'm not the only one who uses these techniques, but to be emotionally involved with your new idea and believe that, yes, of course, that vision is for you and can be your reality. So the other piece to my important vision was we can walk for a bit more and then I'll show you my foundational yoga pose that I want to share with you. I'm also a certified school teacher, but certified physical education teacher and yoga teacher. So I'm bringing a healthy mix here to add to your wellness whilst outdoors in the great outdoors. I had this vision of living in a European lifestyle whereby live in a small little village and walking is your your means of travel throughout your little village. And making that a part of your making that part of my regular day. And I remember back when I was in a little town in my hometown in Canada that I would start to walk to get my groceries, which was really abnormal for that area. Most people use vehicles. And I just remember thinking, I really want this. I want this lifestyle where I am healthy, vibrant, in proximity to the shops, etc. And that also came true here. So I really envisioned the lifestyle that I wanted, and I was choosing intentionally job opportunities that would bring me to that vision. And of course it is here, it's so magnificent. So it's sunrise o'clock here, almost 8 in the morning, and we have over there shops, hotels, etc., apartment buildings, and then up this way we have mountains. So yeah, it's pretty incredible. Feeling really grateful, and I don't take it for granted. So every day I make the most of it because I realize me being here is a privilege. A Canadian in Switzerland, it's a privilege. And so I think that's one of the main reasons why I like to share as openly as I do here on YouTube, because I want to just share the beauty of it. I want to share what I've learned, and I want to pass the good forwards, maybe what I believe is good, and maybe that just might have a ripple effect for others and inspire a lifestyle of gratitude and a lifestyle of wellness. So here we are, Little Miss Sunshine. But yeah, I have really fond memories. Those visions, which were significant in me living this life that I have here now in Switzerland. So yeah, walking, moving, being outdoors, being an active participant in my day-to-day lifestyle, and really choosing intentionally each step. So yeah, I'm going to take you here and we're going to do a foundational yoga posture. I could do it right here. Why not? Why not? I'm just looking for a good spot to go. So yoga is something I do quite regularly, but I don't do long bouts. So my goal with what I'm doing here with Walk for Wellness and this channel is to really, because I'm a busy mom, working full time, no family here, so it's not like, you know, Grandma, Nana, come watch my son. It's just not possible. So what I've had to do is use little bits of my time to build in wellness. So I'm showing how, if you don't have a long amount, like 50 minutes, an hour to do a full fitness class, you do what you can. You take your kids with you. That's another topic, but you take your dog with you, whoever, whatever, you make it work. You find the realm of possibility that's open for you. And so that's my goal here, is to show how, hey, look, we can still be fit, we can still be healthy, if that's our goal. Of course, depending what your goal is. What do you want? What do you really want? But you can include wellness practices in a day-to-day, in an outdoor lifestyle, in a really easy way. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be super challenging. Again, depending what your desires are, but it can be really impactful when you stack these little habits daily over years. Trust me. Okay, so the foundational yoga pose that I wanted to show you today is plank. And so plank is really important because it helps to build and reinforce your core strength, which of course is going to be really helpful to avoid a host of other problems, issues down the road. So I'm going to show you the most basic posture, and then there will be a couple variations, and you can try at your leisure. Now, plank pose also in yoga is significant because it's one of the transitional poses. So oftentimes we come into plank to transition to other yoga postures. And so if you can get great alignment, if you can get your breath, remember to breathe aligned with your, at the same time with your alignment, then you will be building and strengthening your core, and this will enhance your stability and your balance, etc., and your overall strength and muscular endurance. So let's try it. Plank pose. So let me see here. Can you see me? So of course you want to check your surroundings. That you are not going to put your hands in anything fistly. So here we have plank pose. So your hands are wide open to support you, and you want to have your spine in alignment. Actually hurts a bit. So your shoulders are relaxed, your elbows are not locked, okay? Your bum is tucked in, so you're using engage your core here to hold your bum up and not to sink down like this. This is a common problem, or even a bit too high. And your feet locked in. You want to try this as a beginner for 10 seconds. You can also, as a modification, put your knees down. You start where you are, you start with what you can. You're keeping your head forwards, your gaze down, because you want the alignment in your spine. And then you can begin to push up, and you're going to try for 10 seconds, okay? Check your alignment, adjust as you go. There you go. Now, what you can do to gradually increase this is the next time you would do little sets of 10. And you could do, at a future time, 15 seconds or even 20. Just very progressive, slowly increasing the increments of time and number of sets. Remember to breathe while you're doing the posture. Nice deep breath. And remember also that your main goal is to keep the alignment and to keep your bottom in check. Now let me just check. I have a few little notes. I wanted to just see if I mentioned everything. Yeah, now some modifications could be too is to use like a pillar. So if you had a tree, you can hold a plank against a tree or a railing, for example, if it was sturdy. Always check. And here the vineyards are supporting me. And you can try to replicate this same body posture with two hands against your tree trunk, against your bench, and engage your core. So all the while you are working on your core muscles. So this is a foundational yoga pose that you can do anytime you're out for your walk for wellness, getting your daily dose of nature. Let's keep moving. I got everything. So yeah, you can include this anytime, and then over time, oops, sorry everybody. There we go. Over time, you're going to notice a strengthening of your core. Now, while you walk back, you can maintain this great body posture and engage your core as you walk. There you are. So I hope you are inspired to also have a vision for your life, your lifestyle. You can begin to pivot and change just like I did when I was back home in Canada. While everybody was still driving to get their groceries, I walked. I started to walk. So little shifts like that. Now, of course, again, looking for what's possible for you. I was single at the time, so maybe my grocery load was quite small. But there are little things you can get, little, I'm thinking in French words now, little like grocery carts that you can get to take with you, little caddies. But do you have more stuff? But yeah, just to say, like looking at the ways that you can bring your vision closer to you in your day-to-day lifestyle. But also, so have a big vision, have a healthy, vibrant vision for your life, and also for your wellness. Your wellness is in your hands. Nobody's going to come and save you. You have to be the one that says, yes, I want this. Yes, it's important. And yes, I'm going to go for it. And so I'm here to support you. I'm here to encourage you. I'm living it and I'm loving it. And now I'm preaching it to inspire you. So come along. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Start your walk for wellness now. Inside my little community, there are many little goodies coming, and it's an ever-evolving group because I can keep creating. So as there are requests, so there are additions. So yeah, there to support the people in the group with whatever they might need insofar as their walk for mental wellness, walk for physical strength, flexibility, etc. through accessible ways and accessible yoga postures and short sequences. So I'm glad you look forward to perhaps meeting you if you come into that group. But also, I'm just glad you are here today. Thank you for joining me. And remember, your dream can come true. Okay, bye for now, everybody. Have a great day.